Now, if you know me like I know you know me, you know that I love to learn new skills and creative techniques. So, when I was offered to review a sublimation heat press, I said to myself,
what is this new technology of which I am unfamiliar?
time to learn something new.
Do or do not. There is no try.
All of these items here were created using a process called sublimation. They all started out blank like this. Sublimation is a digital printing process that transfers an ink design from paper onto a material like glass, metal, or ceramic using heat, pressure, and time. Simply put, the image on this mug got here by first printing in reverse on a special piece of paper with a special printer, wrapping it around the mug, taping it firmly in place, and then placing this into a device like the Go2craft. Once you place the mug in the heat press, it squeezes the cup and it gets really hot. After a few minutes, you take the cup out of the machine, let it cool down, remove the paper, and there you have an amazing, colorful, professional-looking product. That was the quick and simple explanation of sublimation. I'm going to get into more of the details in just a minute, and I'll go over some of the specifics with the Go2craft heat press. I did want to let you know up front that there are some libraries that have all this equipment, and you can test and play around and have fun for yourself, and there's people there who can show you how to use it, all for free. But if you do plan to do this as a hobby or a small business and you want to get your own equipment, let's get into some more details. There's three major things that you're going to need if you plan to make sublimation products. You're going to need a printer, paper, and a press. After doing a lot of research, I decided to purchase a sublimation printer from a company called heatpressnation.com. They seem like a great company, very responsive, very helpful, and they also had very good reviews. This is the Sawgrass SG500 bundle. The current price is $559. It comes with 100 sheets of sublimation paper. It had great reviews, and it also comes with some very good software to help you import and print the images. You're also going to need a heat press. This is the Go2craft auto-rotating heat press. More on that auto-rotating feature in just a minute. The current price on Amazon is $210. It comes in turquoise and green. I was given one of these heat presses to review, but that does not mean that I'm going to sing its praises. In fact, it has some annoying quirks, which I'm going to tell you about soon. One of the reasons that I wanted to learn sublimation was because of a project that my church was doing. We were having this Volunteer Appreciation Day, and we wanted to present all of the volunteers with a special gift. Now that gift was this, a water tumbler with the church name, the logo, and a Bible verse on the back. I made about 18 of these, minus a couple of mistakes that I made. So what I'm going to go through is the process of how this was done. After having my son design this custom logo for the tumblers, we printed out 18 copies, in reverse image of course. The printouts are a one-time use. We then trimmed each copy in order to fit nicely around the tumbler. This is a special heat-resistant tape. On our first tumbler, we were being a little stingy with the tape.
Cheapskate.
And you're going to see why that's important in just a minute. After turning on the machine, I pressed the button on the top for a stainless tumbler. The press needs to warm up. There's a big warning label here to be sure you warm it up with a blank mug inside. Once the press hits the pre-programmed temperature, I remove the warm-up cup and place the first tumbler inside. Then I hit start. The press squeezes the tumbler and then it counts down from 50 seconds when it opens up. Rotates the tumbler automatically, and then presses it again for another 50 seconds. After removing the steel tumbler and letting it cool down for a few minutes, you can see the problem we had by being a tape cheapskate. The paper shifted before pressing a second time. Now we end up with a double image. So don't be a tape miser. On the next tumbler, we taped the whole seam, as well as the whole bottom edge. We're taking no chances this time. 50 seconds on the heat press, rotate, another 50 seconds, cool down, and then we remove the paper and tape. Oh, that's much better. If you're going to take this hobby seriously, you might want to get yourself a tape dispenser like this one, which auto cuts the tape every 1.5 inches. We also tested this glass sublimation blank that I bought at the hobby store. What classifies something as a sublimation product is the coating they put on the surface. They use a polyester coating which infuses the ink and makes a beautiful, bonded, permanent image on the outside. Simply amazing. To summarize this video, sublimation crafting is a lot of fun. To talk about the hardware, the Sawgrass SG500 printer is of excellent quality and I highly recommend it. The software that comes with that printer, it's just a print utility program. It's not a design software. So you can import your own images from the internet or pictures or things from on your phone. Or you can design your own in Photoshop, Illustrator, or Canva, which is a program that's free. You can also find designs on Etsy available for purchase. Now, as far as the Go2craft heat press, it is a good machine, but it does have some issues. There's 2 minor issues and 2 bigger issues. I'm going to start with the small. The rubber feet on the bottom are not good. Whatever they're made of leaves a black residue on the surface, and they have a slight wobble to them. Also a minor problem. I noticed that the metal underneath the paint is not smooth in this spot here. They painted over some imperfection. There are 2 bigger issues. Now, even after I pressed over 24 mugs and tumblers, the machine gives off this odor. It's a bit of a fishy smell.
Do not go in there. Woo!
And it really never went away. Now, I could see that on the first couple, but not the first couple dozen. The bigger problem we had is when pressing mugs. After pressing a mug on the default mug settings at 400 degrees for 200 seconds, the results were hit or miss. Most of the time they came out with a faded image, like this one here on the left. We found it necessary to run it twice for a total of 400 seconds. When I asked my contact at the company about this problem, they seemed completely unaware of the issue. I even looked on YouTube and found another YouTuber who had this same problem. So the company definitely needs to do more testing and quality control on their product. This was not the case on the 18 tumblers that I made. All of those came out great when I was using the pre-programmed settings. But for some reason, when pressing a mug, you have to do double processing. So as I said, sublimation is a fun hobby, or even a practical small business. But do more research, watch videos, see what other people are doing, and most importantly, remember what Yoda says.
Do or do not. There is no try.